All right, King Vegeta signing on, and I wanted to talk a little bit about, I wouldn't say a new anime, but this manga slash anime that I'm reading and watching. It's called Mowashi Colors. Basically, it's about these three kids that are basically calling themselves the colors, and they're the protectors of the city, or they consider themselves to be the protectors of the city, and they go around like doing just kid stuff, and they consider themselves to be like on par with like the police. And in fact, there's a police officer that like they fucking get into it with him all the time. Like like a shonen anime where they really play up the girls, so that it make it look like they're really doing stuff, but like it's just casual shit, right? Like the first manga chapter or the first episode or whatever, they're talking about like a panda cat, and they draw like a monster that they gotta go find, and they're like really running around the city pretending like they're looking for like a monster that's gonna like do damage to the city. And so they talk to the police officer, and the police officer like, yeah, whatever. I'm the real one around here. Y'all go find it. And so they eventually find this little cat that actually looks like a panda. And so the police officer's like, oh, why don't y'all raise it type shit. Then story goes on, like, there's a blue-headed chick, and she's like a gamer, and she's like really violent. She like stomps the shit out of some of the characters, but like they're all friends. And like there's this yellow-haired chick. I forget their names right off the bat, but there's a yellow-haired chick, and she's like, I like being stupid. Being stupid is fun. And like she just always does off-the-wall shit, like getting people in trouble. Like she said something about bread scraps, and then she said bread craps, and then she went in the store asking for fucking poop bread or whatever. And she was like, oh, they're so mad. They were so mad. And I was like, of course they were mad. What the fuck? And so after that, like, they basically have to sell these bananas. And so they're going around town, they're getting rid of all these bananas, and then they eventually come to the police officer dude, and he's like, I'd rather die than buy those bananas. And then the girl with the yellow hair is like, die if you need to, but buy these bananas. And he was like, I don't see what's in it for me. And so eventually, like, an old lady comes up and like asks for directions, and like they just play this shit off so fucking funny. Like the blue haired chick just like acts like he kicked her in the stomach, and then the fucking yellow haired one in his neck, she's like, he hit me in the head. And then like the brown one's like, my butt is sweating too. And like the dude was like, you're not even a good actor. And so the fucking old lady is like, oh yeah, I can't believe that this police brutality is such a thing. And then so after that, he fucking like the old lady, she just like, curse you by the power of the fox god or some shit in the manga. But like in the anime, she was just like waving her stick back and forth. And so, I mean, it was funny as hell. Then there was a thing where basically they had this replica of a rocket launcher, and they shot it at him, and it didn't fire. So he gets it and shoots it at them. And so, like, the fucking yellow-haired chick just instantaneously turns around, like on some Ultra Instinct shit, grabs it, throws it into the dude's nuts. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what kind of perfect aim and fucking instinct do you have to do that? So, I mean, I like the show, as you can see. I'm just like, I'd say the first 5-10 chapters in the manga and the first episode-ish of the anime. But I recommend it. It's funny and just off the wall comedy.